Time is our most precious possession. It is limited and we can't get more of it. Once a moment is gone, it's gone forever. Yet we often waste this precious resource, letting it slip away like sand through our fingers. We get bogged down in insignificant matters, distracted by the never-ending demands of the modern world. The average person spends countless hours each day on activities that bring little to no value, scrolling through social media, passively watching television, or engaging in unproductive conversations. This state of constant distraction leaves us feeling overwhelmed, unfulfilled, and wanting more. It's time to take back control of our time and invest it in what truly matters. The first step towards effective time management is recognizing that we have a choice. We can choose to be reactive, letting the world dictate our priorities, or we can choose to be proactive, consciously designing our lives around what is most important to us. The choice is ours. Let's choose wisely. We live in a world of constant urgency. Emails flood our inboxes, notifications constantly pop up on our phones, and deadlines loom on the horizon. It's easy to get caught up in this whirlwind of activity, feeling like we're constantly putting out fires. But often these urgent tasks are not the most important. They're simply the ones that demand our immediate attention. The problem is that when we let ourselves be ruled by urgency, we sacrifice our true priorities. We neglect the things that bring us joy, fulfillment, and long-term satisfaction. We may find ourselves working late into the night to meet a deadline, only to realize we haven't spent quality time with our loved ones in days. To break free from the tyranny of the urgent, we must learn to differentiate between what is important and what is merely urgent. Important tasks contribute to our long-term goals, values, and well-being. Urgent tasks, on the other hand, demand immediate attention but may not be truly important in the grand scheme of things. Essentialism is a disciplined approach to life that empowers us to live by design, not by default. It's about identifying our core values, our highest priorities, and then ruthlessly eliminating everything else. It's about saying no to the good so we can say yes to the great. Living as an essentialist requires courage and clarity. It forces us to examine our lives honestly and identify areas where we are overcommitted. It requires us to make difficult choices about what to let go of, even when it's uncomfortable, but the rewards are immeasurable. When we embrace essentialism, we experience a profound sense of freedom. We free ourselves from the weight of unnecessary commitments, the guilt of unmet expectations, and the feeling of overwhelm that comes with an overloaded life. We create space for what truly matters, for our passions, our relationships, and our own well-being. The Pareto Principle, also known as the 80-20th rule, states that roughly 80% of our results come from 20% of our efforts. This principle applies to countless areas of life, from business to personal productivity. In the context of time management, it suggests that a small number of tasks are responsible for the majority of our success and fulfillment. The key to leveraging the Pareto Principle is to identify our vital few, the 20% of activities that generate 80% of our desired results. These are the tasks that move us closer to our goals, bring us the most joy, and have the biggest impact on our lives. Once we've identified our vital few, we can focus our time and energy on these high-impact activities. This may mean delegating or eliminating tasks that fall outside of our 20%, even if they seem important or urgent. Remember, it's not about doing everything, it's about doing the right things. Section 5, the Eisenhower Matrix, urgent versus important. The Eisenhower Matrix, named after former US President Dwight D. Eisenhower, is a simple but powerful tool for prioritizing tasks based on their urgency and importance. It helps us visually categorize our tasks into 4 quadrants. Quadrant 1, urgent and important. These tasks require immediate attention and contribute to our long-term goals. Quadrant 2, important, not urgent. These tasks are crucial for our long-term well-being but don't have an immediate deadline. Quadrant 3, urgent, not important. These tasks demand our attention but don't contribute significantly to our goals. Quadrant 4, not urgent, not important. These tasks are distractions that are neither urgent nor important. The goal is to spend as much time as possible in Quadrant 2, focusing on important but not urgent tasks. These are the activities that often get neglected when we're caught up in the tyranny of the urgent, but they are the ones that ultimately lead to a more fulfilling and meaningful life. Section 6. Saying no to the good to embrace the great. One of the most challenging yet liberating aspects of effective time management is learning to say no. When we say yes to everything, we overcommit ourselves, sacrificing our time and energy on commitments that don't align with our values or goals. We end up feeling overwhelmed, frustrated, and unfulfilled. Saying no is not about being selfish or unkind, it's about setting healthy boundaries and prioritizing our own well-being. It's about recognizing that our time and energy are precious resources that should be invested wisely. When we master the art of saying no, we create space for what truly matters. We free ourselves from the guilt of overcommitment and the weight of unmet expectations. We empower ourselves to pursue our passions, nurture our relationships, and live a life that is both meaningful and fulfilling. Time blocking is a powerful technique that involves scheduling your priorities in your calendar as if they were appointments. Instead of letting your day be dictated by external demands, you proactively block out time for the tasks that are most important to you. The key to effective time blocking is to be specific and realistic. Don't just block out time for work. Break it down into smaller, more manageable chunks, such as write blog posts, respond to emails, or prepare for presentation. By scheduling your priorities, you ensure that you're making time for what matters most. It also helps to reduce procrastination and increase accountability. When you know that a specific time slot is allocated to a task, you're more likely to follow through and get it done. Habits are powerful forces that shape our daily lives. By consciously cultivating positive habits, we can automate many of our daily tasks and free up mental energy for more important things. Start by identifying areas where you can create more efficient routines. For example, you could create a consistent morning routine that includes exercise, meditation, and a healthy breakfast. You could also create a dedicated workspace that minimizes distractions and promotes focus. Once you've identified the habits you want to adopt, make them as easy as possible to implement. Use visual cues, such as sticky notes or habit trackers, to remind yourself of your new routines. And celebrate your successes, no matter how small, to reinforce the positive behavior. Staying focused on the now. In our fast-paced, hyper-connected world, it's easy to get caught up in a whirlwind of thoughts about the past and worries about the future. But when our minds are racing, we're not fully present in the current moment. We miss out on the beauty and richness of life unfolding around us. Mindfulness is the practice of bringing our attention to the present moment without judgment. It's about becoming aware of our thoughts, feelings, and sensations without getting swept away by them. By cultivating mindfulness, we train our minds to stay focused on the task at hand. We become more aware of distractions and better able to resist them. This allows us to work more effectively, connect more deeply with others, and savor the simple joys of life. When we manage our time effectively and focus on what truly matters, we experience a profound sense of accomplishment and fulfillment. We feel a sense of pride in our work, a deeper connection to our purpose, and a greater sense of control over our lives. The benefits of effective time management extend far beyond increased productivity. It also leads to reduced stress, improved relationships, and enhanced overall well-being. When we're not constantly feeling overwhelmed and behind, we have more time and energy to devote to the things that bring us joy and fulfillment. Imagine a life where you feel calm, in control, and fulfilled. A life where you have time for your passions, your loved ones, and your own well-being. That's the life that awaits you when you master the art of time management. Take action today. Don't let your life pass you by. The power to change your life is in your hands. Don't let time slip away on activities that don't serve you. Choose to invest your precious time in what truly matters. Start by identifying your core values and your highest priorities. What do you want your life to stand for? What legacy do you want to leave behind? Once you have a clear vision of your values, you can begin to align your actions accordingly. Take small steps each day to implement the principles outlined in this essay. Start by eliminating one time-wasting activity from your schedule. Practice saying no to a non-essential commitment. Block out 30 minutes in your calendar for a task that's been lingering on your to-do list. Remember, change doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, effort, and consistency. But with each step you take, you'll move closer to a life of purpose, fulfillment, and joy. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out. Thank you for your support.